Are you curious? This is Angie Stewart from Mia InnerLight and Kardec Radio. And today we are going to talk about obsession. What is it? A lot of people believe this is something supernatural and it lasts forever. Is it true or not? And what is that actually? So to talk about it and about many other things, please subscribe to our channel, click the bell, and if you like this video, click the like button. So what is obsession? It's really a very vast subject. There is a lot of stuff we have to talk about. It's not something 1, 2, 3. 10 minutes is not really enough. But I will give you a super tiny summary of everything. And I will use 3 books. Of course, the books are spiritist books. So, what is the general belief of obsession? People really don't understand what it is. So in their minds, they think obsession is some kind of supernatural thing that happens forever. Whenever it happens to this unlucky person, will be like this until he or she dies. Is it true? No? So what is it according to Spiritism? I will use 3 books and I will show you. The first book is the Medium's book. And this book is the book that's going to give us the most understanding of all. The second book will be the Genesis. The Genesis book is where Kardec is going to talk about the specific cases about obsession and what he calls possession. But we will understand that later on he didn't talk about possession. He explained the difference between possession and subjugation. And the third book that we are going to mention is this book. This is the Spiritist, you can even see it, but it's the Spiritist Review. It's where all the mediumistic phenomena was actually recorded by Kardec. And there is a chapter in the Spiritist Review from 1863 that only talk about possession cases or subjugation cases. So let's go. The first book I'm going to use is the Medium's book. Here. The Medium's book I wrote, so I'm not going to mix up things. And in chapter 23 of the Medium's book, we get a lot of explanations. Kardec let us understand that obsession is something very vast. And there are 3 types of obsession. The simple type of obsession is called the simple obsession. So simple obsession is when a spirit exerts influence in an incarnated person, like me or you or anybody else, and then the incarnated person will start doing things or saying things that are a little bit odd. A little bit. It's nothing like uncommon, but it's like, she would say something that normally, no. And this person might have some kind of a headache or some kind of a feeling that's weird, but this goes away quickly. This is like a simple obsession. When a spirit start doing an influence on you in a temporary basis, but nothing really extraordinary and nothing really strong. This is the number 1 type of obsession, the most common of all. The second type of obsession is called fascination. a lot of spiritist studies say, and also the speakers and people that study deeply about obsession, they say this is actually the most dangerous types of all the obsessions. Why? Because in this case, the person who is actually suffering from fascination, the incarnated person, the person knows this is not from her or from him, knows this is some kind of a spiritual influence, knows that what is being said or is being done is different from her desires, but somehow agrees to it. So this is why subjugation is dangerous, because even if the person understands he or she is not doing it and knows is it external influence, the person agrees. And then we have this explanation in the Medium's book that talks, this is a delusion that paralyzes the capacity to judge. So the person cannot make judgment from herself anymore. This is very dangerous. From herself anymore. This is very dangerous. But the third case of obsession is actually called subjugation. And subjugation in the past used to be called possession. And why possession? Because the subjugation can be mental and can be physical. This is what was believed in the past, that the spirit, the obsessor spirit, used to penetrate the body of the person and expel the spirit of the person. So this spirit will do whatever they wanted to do. But later on, with the studies, Kardec understood it's not like this. The physical body is always connected with the spirit, although the person will discarnate. But what happens is that these two spirits, the person incarnated, me, you, or anybody else, is extremely connected with this spirit who is influencing this subjugation. Why? Because something happened in their past lives, and the spirit did not forgive this person. And when this spirit discovers where you are incarnated, then boom, it starts this process of obsession. This is always because the spirit did not forgive you for whatever you have done. Don't think you are an angel and why is this happening to me? Because we all did horrible things in our past. This is actually the best moment of our lives. So, because of this terrible connection between you and the spirit starts being able, little by little, to impose his strong influence on you, and then you start actually acting, doing things the spirit wants you to do. And in most of the cases, the subjugated person does not remember, does not recall what he or she did, said, where they walked. So this becomes extremely, extremely dangerous. And then you are thinking, okay, so if this is happening to someone I know, how can I help? It's not an easy thing. It's not like a recipe of a simple cake, because it's something that comes from past lives. So if you understand, the best way to break this difficult chain is through love. And not easy, but it will require the person and the family members who love this person to pray a lot. Not just for the subjugated person, but for the spirit who is doing this subjugation. Because this spirit somehow has to forgive, has to understand that he needs to forget about what happened and move on with his life in the spiritual realm. Because if the spirit does not forgive, does not start the process of improvement, the subjugation can become something extremely dangerous to the incarnated person. So the first thing is to pray a lot. The person and the family members, the friends have to pray for the subjugated person. I'm pointing to myself, I'm not subjugated. To the subjugated person and to the spiritual being who is exerting this influence. Second, if you or if the person or if someone that loves this person believing in spiritism, it's very important to bring this person to a spiritist center. So there they have many different treatments to help the person and to help the spirit. We have fraternal counselings, we have spiritual treatment with prayers specific for the case, and there is also the mediumistic meeting where the spirit can be brought to start his treatment. And the third thing is that the person that is suffering from the subjugation needs to start doing acts of love. So you need to start doing charitable work. You need to start changing your moral values, forgiving, improving yourself. And if this person can also start their studies in a spiritual center, especially regarding the gospel and regarding mediumship, this person will understand. But as we always say, nothing like this can happen without the help of a physical doctor. Sometimes these cases of subjugation are so strong that will make the person do things they don't want to do and things that are dangerous. So please, this person needs to be medicated, needs to go to a psychologist, a psychiatrist to be medicated. So this person will be a little bit more in balance. And then the spiritism will help through all the things I told you. But, remember, our doctors, they take care of our physical bodies. And the spiritual doctors take care of our spiritual body. But as we are living here on earth, we need both together. And to end, we are actually over the time. I want to read you a little piece in the Genesis because it's really beautiful. So chapter 14, it talks about the infirmities. So just as infirmities are the result of physical imperfections that render the body accessible to pernicious outside influences, obsession is always the result of a moral imperfection that allows entry to an evil spirit. So this is what I said. There are no angels in this world. So if a person is suffering from subjugation, it's because this person committed some kind of evil act in a previous life. And now the spirit that is influencing this person is searching for revenge. These two need to learn how to forgive each other and move on. And it's very important, the incarnated, to start this process of moral improvement as soon as possible. Thank you, my friends. See you soon.